You have to be proactive. Take the initiative. Why wait until it's too late to try and fix a problem or solve a problem? If you're already aware of the problem and you know the problem exists, why not eliminate the problem before it gets out of control? Um, People really have a hard time with acceptance and accepting that some things are true regardless if you know about them or not, regardless if you believe them to be or believe it to not be true. Some things are true and you have to accept these things. Denial is your own worst enemy. You see, because acceptance is a part of growth. It's necessary for change to occur. And we're talking about change for the better, higher change, not lower change. Um, I think that melanated people as a whole have to start looking at the root of things, not just looking at what they see or what's obvious, but looking at the root, the reason why, or what's really behind, what's at the very center or the core of what the problems are that melanated people are dealing with at this current time. One is focusing too much energy on the exterior. You know, it's too much exoteric mind work going on. You know, too much exoteric activity, not enough esoteric or intuition or insight being used. Um, People are following other people. People are looking to get information from other people, which in a sense is normal, but what is really normal? Now, to be your own person, to be an individual, yes, of course you will get ideals, you will see certain outlets of information, and you take it and you in process that information. And then you dissect that information and you draw your own conclusion, you draw your own thoughts. You don't recycle the thoughts of others. See, people are thinking like video games. That's why they're so attracted to playing video games. You know, the control or the lack of control. People have control in a video game, but or more control in a video game than they have control in their real life or in the real world. Some people seek this as an outlet to have some sort of control in their life because they're running away from the accountability and accepting the fact that they don't have control of their real life. See, when I say going back to nature or the nature of things, it's without all of the glamour or the illusions, without the prestige. People's perceptions have been created and surrounded around attractions. See, but if you're attracting if you're attracting negative energies, there's no benefit. Of course, yes, we all need balance, but you shouldn't overconsume. Um, we have to stop making excuses and justifying or rationalizing savagery. A lot of customs that melanated people practice were introduced to them by savages, by the uncivilized, who were actually civilized by us, but tried to convince us that we were savages or uncivilized. See, a lot of people are bought into this backwards game, this web of deceit. You got to snap out of that. You have to free yourself of mental slavery in all aspects. You can't say that you're free or mentally free if you're still bound by religion or politics or groups. See, you have to realize, when you speak on spirituality and you speak on the spirit or speak on the soul, you have to comprehend that you're dealing with something much more greater than what you see physically. And see, that's when I speak on ascension, or I speak on elevating your level of consciousness. But to some people, they say, oh, why does that matter? That's not important. Why does the bullshit you do from day to day matter? Why is that important? Why is watching reality shows important? Why is playing video games important? Why is trying to follow the latest trends important? Why is poisoning yourself a priority? Why is the lack of knowledge or having knowledge not important? It's not cool to be dumb. It's not smart to be dumb. The sun shouldn't be cool because that's chilled. And again, the pineal gland chilled is a soul on ice. So the sun shouldn't chill. Your sun is your center. Don't cool out. You need to heat up. See, the problem with people is they're emotionally attached to their perceptions. Oh, you like something. Just because you like something doesn't make it right. Just because you enjoy something doesn't make it good for you. People talk about soul food. It's not soul food. That's anti-soul food. You eating pig's feet, hog maws, neck bones, chitlins, pig ears, livers, gizzards, cow tongues, cow intestines. Savagery. Cannibalism. Sounds cannibalistic. You're drinking milk, which is pus, cow pus. You're drinking the blood from a cow. You're eating eggs, chicken periods, chicken cycle, placenta, whatever. But I mean, come on now. But you're not logically thinking about what you're doing. See, this is how the vampires keep you as their Igor, as their ghoul, their minion. Because they feed you these different things that poison your mind, these parasites that infect you, that latch on to you, and cause you to do the things that you do. You're not in your right state of mind. It's like you're on drugs. You're drunk off alcohol or you're high. But you don't even realize it. You're thinking you're in your right state of mind. Because this parasite has been attached for so long, you think this is normal. You think this is you. You're doing you. No, you're doing what this parasite is telling you to do. See, once you detach the parasite, once you detach the leeches, the blood suckers from you, the energy drainers from you, once you detach from these things, you will come back into your natural state of mind, and you will see things for what they really are. You will obtain a higher level of consciousness. But a lot of you enjoy smoking cigarettes and drinking coffee, eating pork and red meat too much. About it's been passed down from generation to generations. Yeah, ignorance has been passed down from generations to generations. Just because your mother, your father, your grandmother, your grandfather did something doesn't necessarily make it right. And that's part of acceptance. Accepting that it was an error somewhere down the line that's causing this behavior. This suicidal behavior. Unconscious suicidal behavior. And why we're so passive about it. This is a very serious issue. You have to be your own person. Just because somebody before you did something doesn't justify you doing it now. Maybe the purpose of that trial and error was for you to learn and for you not to redo or follow the same path or make the same errors. See, you can learn a lot from your ancestors. But see, you have to also know how to comprehend and retain information, and get to the science of things. But we as a people, melanated people, have become so ignorant to science. But we are the developers of science. See, we have to go back to our higher state, our natural state. See, but like I said, when you're unnatural, you're synthetic. The synthetic is fake. It's not real. It's a copy. How can you be proud to be synthetic? You have people perverting their DNA by putting other people's DNA, mixing it into their hair. Getting blood transfusions, the mixing of the blood. Now, some of you may think, well, how are you perverting your DNA by hair? Well, think about it. If you're taking 100% so-called human hair and you're putting it in your hair, hair is DNA, and you're mixing it or intertwining it with your DNA. Now, you wonder why a person is never in their right mind, because their head is so filled with somebody else's mind, somebody else's thoughts. These things can have an effect on your psyche. And I say that, I'll give an example. When you apply for a job and they take a blood test, a lot of jobs now are taking them by hair sample because DNA. So a lot of the people that are partaking in these things, this is why they always act out of their minds, or they're acting out characters, or they're acting out an illusion or persona that comes with putting this or intertwining this with them, and it's harmful. It's really not a matter of preference or perception. It's really a matter of science. Why would you pollute your system? You don't know who these people are, where this blood, where this DNA is coming from. So why would you want to taint your DNA with someone else's? If it's some lower species, lesser DNA, why would you want to intertwine lesser DNA in with your DNA? Just because it looks good, if you think it looks good? Who created your perception of what looks good? See, this is what I mean about getting to the root of things. People have been programmed to like what they like. And as far as melanated people in the diaspora, most of their habits of so-called culture has been adopted from their oppressor. So-called black man acts the way he acts because he has been taught and programmed to act how he acts by his oppressor. See, you got melanated people imitating the pale people. This is a problem. They're acting like them. So a melanated man is imitating the non-melanated man, or the low melanated man. Why would you imitate something that is lesser than you? But see, you've been programmed to think that this is greater than you, that their look is the acquired look. Your hair should hang down to the ground. Your hair should be thin and light and flimsy and dangle down. Your hair should spiral up. When you look at nature, everything grows up. It grows out. It doesn't grow down. When you look at trees, the roots, they sprout out. They go up. I mean, unless you're a weeping willow. But the science of certain things may be like I said, contradicting to your emotions. You know, it may be something that causes a cognitive dissonance. It may be something that you know is true, but you're so emotionally attached to what you believe or what you perceive to be right that you'll totally deny. You know, this is something we have to let go of. You know, we have to let go of these different poisons. You have to let go of these spells that have been passed down from generation to generation. They have to be broken, and it has to start now. I mean, if you expect to have any type of fighting chance, I mean, but a person could be hoping for the impossible. Why not fight? You can't just sit down and watch the ship go down. Why not try and save it if it can be saved? But then again, this is when we use wisdom again. Trial and error, and apply wisdom. You know, it's so disturbing to see so many people so blissfully ignorant, you know, and accepting that they're slaves, whether it be a financial slave, whether it be a psychological slave, which in all aspects is all psychological slavery, because true slavery starts with the mind. You know, people have to free themselves from every aspect and stop being a slave, stop being slave-minded, stop being a chain brain, stop being a deadhead. You have to be resurrected from this mental death. Or you can lay dead, lay dormant. You know, but see, when I speak, I'm not even really addressing those that um, um, prefer death, those that even believe in death, those that accept death. This isn't for you. You're already dead. The choice is yours if you want to live, if you want life. You know, suicide is crazy. Not wanting to live. But what is your perception of life? Who created this perception of what life is? Who's to say that life, or so-called life as we know it, isn't really death, and what comes after isn't really life? But see, that's what I mean about when you're dealing with science. You want to stay physical, or do you want to go spiritual? Do you want to use minimum use of your mind, left brain function? Would you like to maximize the use of your mind, right brain function? We have to go back to being creators, creators of our own perceptions. We have to redefine ourselves. We can no longer allow others to define us for us, and we have to detach from all of these preconceived definitions and perceptions of what we should be, what's accepted as beauty or what's not beauty, what's appealing and what's not appealing. Because this is seeking outside of yourself. If you truly love yourself and you're truly comfortable with yourself and you accept yourself for who you are, you're not constantly going to seek alterations or want to alter yourself or make yourself look like something other than yourself. See, this is going back to nature again. When you look at nature, when you look at the animals or the insects in nature, you don't see the lion trying to imitate the cheetah. You don't see the leopard and the tiger trying to trade spots for stripes. You don't see the bees and the hornets trying to trade colors or trying to trade lifestyles. You know, I mean, lizards, reptiles, what are you, a chameleon? Want to change all the time? You don't think you change with the environment to blend in? Yeah, that's a mental illusion. You are who you are. Be who you are, wherever you are. There's no need to blend in when you are who you are. Because you won't have to blend in, you'll fit in. But see, this all begins within. So, like I said, you have to truly learn to love yourself and know yourself. Don't worry about the perception of others. But that doesn't mean go and damage yourself or destroy yourself and justify it by saying, I'm not worried about the perception of others. See, because you're playing semantics with yourself. Don't mind fuck yourself. The world around you is already doing an excellent job at it. You don't have to assist them any further. Stop assisting them. You know, you have to bring it to an end. It's time to build. We have to destroy. We have to rebuild. This is necessary. It's very necessary. Until next time, peace, peace, peace.